Arjun speaking to you. Today, I'm going to talk about Mahabharat chapter number 8. Before I start the video, I would like to share something really interesting. Today, did you know that today is Guru Paurnami? It's a festival, also known as Vyasa Paurnami. Did you know why they called it as Vyasa Paurnami? Because sage Vyasa, Veda Vyasa, was born to Satyavati. This is an interesting fact. Did you know that Satyavati was Shantanu's wife, as explained in the first Mahabharata chapter? Satyavati was married to another sage and they gave birth to Vedavyas. Vedavyas was a sage who wrote the Mahabharata after this great epic ended. And on this day, we celebrate this by showing our gratitude to all gurus who has given us knowledge on great Hindu epics and the things which have happened in the past. Because of the gurus, I am getting the chance to share you all these great epics. So let's get started. I have not even explained you the Mahabharat 8th chapter. The 8th chapter of Mahabharat is the slaying of Jarasandha and the Pandavas, the Pandavas play the evil game of dice. So let's get started. The Pandavas started living in the palace built by Maya. Soon after, when Arjuna's exile was over, the palace was built, as I've told you. So they were actually conducting the Rajasuya Yagya. Before that, I would like to say a strange king was actually also getting invited. Before all the kings went to the Yagya, he imprisoned them. His name was Jarasandha. I'm going to explain his birth. One day, the king Brudhatta of Magadha had been married to two beautiful daughters of king of Kashi. So, when Brudhatta had no sons of his own, hence he started doing harsh penance. Pleased with his penance, a sage named Kaushika Muni appeared in front of him and gave him a mango. He said that, "Give it to one of your wives. If they eat it, they will be giving birth to a son." The king Brudhatta was happy. He went to the kingdom and gave it to two wives because he has two wives. He didn't want one to feel bad. As he cut the mango into two parts, he gave it to each to his wives. Once the wives ate, soon after a baby was born. The half babies were born. One half baby was born to one wife, another half from another wife. The king was really unhappy to see and really angry to see this ugly baby and threw it in the garbage. Did you know why the baby was born half? Because Kaushika Muni has already told him to give the mango to one of his wife. As the mango was cut into two equal halves, the baby also was cut into two equal halves. So, do you know how he came back to life? As he was threw in the as he was thrown in the garbage, he was living there because he had no life. There was a demoness called Jara, she smelled some flesh, which was Jarasandha's flesh. She wanted to eat, hence and went to the garbage. She saw this ugly baby, also known as Jarasandha, as said you before, who was thrown by King Brudhatta. As she was done, she was as soon as she took it in her hands, she was just trying to take it inside her mouth, but it got attached, it got fixed, it got joined. Hence he transformed into a beautiful baby, handsome baby. So she wanted to get some praisings and gold coins from the king Bruhadrata, and hence Jara dressed into a beautiful woman and gave this baby to King Bruhadrata. And did you know the name Jarasandha comes from the demoness Jara? Sandha means joining, and Jara is the demoness who joined him. Hence, He came to be known as Jarasandha. Being very strong from birth, Jarasandha has imprisoned thousands of kings from wherever he got. That's why Rajasuya Yagya was not able to be conducted by them. Bheema wanted to slay Jarasandha. So Krishna and Arjuna went. Bheema had a duel with Jarasandha for 13 days. At last, Jarasandha was tired on the 14th day. Bheema once tried to tear open Jarasandha's body and went. So it tore and started overjoyed, and Bheema was really overjoyed. He again, after some time, it was like magnetic power. The both halves got joined again. Bhima was puzzled. Krishna gave him an idea. He took a leaf and cut it into two equal halves and threw it on the opposite sides. Bhima understood Krishna's plan and did the same thing. He cut open, he tore Jarasandha into two equal halves and threw him in the opposite sides. Thus, his death came. So, when the Rajasuya Yajna was happening, many kings had been invited. Mostly, they were the imprisoned kings. Even Shishupala, who was Sri Krishna's cousin, came from Chedi. One day, Krishna had once upon a time, that yuga only, Krishna had promised Shishupala's wife that he would spare Shishupala until and unless he utters the 101st word of teasing him. His aunt also agreed. Shishupala, when he came, as he knew about Krishna, he started humiliating him. As he was busy in speaking, he didn't know that he uttered his 101st word. As soon as he uttered, Krishna took his Sudarshan Chakra and chopped off his head from his body. Everyone was stunned in the assembly. Yudhishthira prayed to Sri Krishna to calm. Everything was done. Rajasuya Yajna happened properly only with Shishupala's death. He thanked all the kings, and the kings left the palace. Even Duryodhana from Hastinapur with Shakuni had been arrived there to attend the yajna. Shishupala's son Drishtaketu was crowned by Yudhishthira of Chedi. Was crowned by Yudhishthira. He became the next king of Chedi. His name was Drishtaketu. So once this happened, Duryodhana were their cousins and hence stayed in the palace for 2 to 3 days. Duryodhana was amazed to see this architecture. Shakuni rested for a while and Duryodhana started walking around the whole palace. He was amazed to see this brilliant architecture built by Maya. He once came across a crystal flow. He thought it was water, so he put his jyoti-like band on his thighs and started walking. When he stamped on it, it was not water; it was just floor. Everyone in the hall started laughing, looking at the sight. He was really angry. One of the Draupadi's maid, all Draupadi's servants, Draupadi and others also started laughing. One of the Draupadi's maid had been humiliating Duryodhana, that blind son of a blind father. As you know that Dhritarashtra was blind from birth, and Duryodhana is the eldest son of Dhritarashtra. She named him as blind son of a blind father. Duryodhana was really angry. He said to himself that there's no point of humiliating Draupadi's maid. Hence, I will be humiliating Draupadi. He took a vow to himself and prepared to take revenge on Draupadi. He came across a pool of water, thinking that it was crystal floor. He started walking normally, but he again fell into the pool. This time, he was really again humiliated, and everyone again started laughing. He was really angry. Started running from the palace with Shakuni, who was his uncle. He just came across a transparent glass, but he did not think it's glass. It's not even. He did not think that it's a glass. He again he struck his head inside the glass, and again, everyone there was a big laugh. Duryodhana left to Hastinapur feeling really ashamed and embarrassed. He went to Dhritarashtra to his father and said what had happened. Dhritarashtra was really angry, wanted to take revenge on Draupadi because Draupadi has humiliated Dhritarashtra and Duryodhana by saying that blind son of a blind father. So Duryodhana had arranged a secret game of dice where Pandavas would be invited and they would be full of evil and cheating. Vidura sent this message to Yudhishthira and also alerted him of not coming because it was all of evil plans. Yudhishthira loved playing the game of dice and he was fond of playing it, so he ignored his advice and started playing. The day they arrived, they had a wonderful dinner and slept. The Kauravas also were acting peaceful with them. The next day, they started their all humiliation, ignorance, and all evil stuff. They started playing it. As you know that Shakuni was an expert in this game. Even though he was an expert, he wanted to cheat and win. He cheated. So Yudhishthira lost his wealth, he lost his clothes, he lost his jewelry and other things. He had to just stay with with his dhoti down and this body with nothing, no clothes on the top. Soon he lost his servants, he lost his brothers, and he also lost Draupadi. And last, he lost himself. So this was the way they cheated and won against the Pandavas. They were really unhappy with the bad acts and irreligious acts of Duryodhana, Kauravas, and Shakuni. So this comes to the end of this video. So I hope you liked it. So please hit the like button, share this with your friends, and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. Until next time, goodbye.